County win? Yeah. Good to see you. Thank you. Glad you're here with us. Thank you for coming.
Morning.
All right. Thank you. Glad you're with us.
Governor
Thank
Quinn.
you. Very good. Glad you're with us. Thank you. Okay, Adam.
Ready to get started?
Hi, Mike. Come on. Governor, how are you? Very good. All right, everybody.
Okay, thank you. My name is Adam Pollitt. I'm the director of the Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity. And I am very, very excited to be here today. I'm very excited to welcome all of you to an announcement to kick off a transformational investment in our economy. This is a day long in coming. I know that very personally. And I just want to thank some of the core folks that made this happen right off the bat. Arizona Attack and Dave Stryker from the Cronus team, who worked with us for well over a year, directly with the governor and his administration, number of directors, through countless phone calls and countless meetings, addressing every challenge and issue that arose and working through it to make this project happen. Thank you for a tremendous partnership. I want to thank Brian Moody, who has worked on the ground for the community of Tuscola to make this happen. Thank you, Brian. Pushing this forward at every point possible. I want to thank the bipartisan legislature that voted in the General Assembly to move the resources necessary to bring this project here. And I want to thank, of course, last but certainly not least, Michael Kerrigan and the entire labor community that was seamlessly with us, making this project happen from day one.
Yeah.
The land that stands behind us in just a few years is going to be transformed by an investment the size of which we haven't seen in this part of the state in many, many, many years. Nearly $1.5 billion, thousands of good-paying construction jobs, hundreds of jobs for the community right here in Tuscola. If we want to understand the Illinois comeback, this is it. This investment helps us understand tangibly what we're talking about on our path to a brighter future. If we want to understand what the Illinois comeback is all about, this investment helps us understand why we have lost 2.5% points off our unemployment rate over the last year, the fastest drop of any state in the country in that time. This investment helps us understand why there are more people working today in the state of Illinois than at any point since the governor took office. This investment helps us understand why we're creating thousands and thousands and thousands of jobs. 40,000 jobs in the last 2 months alone. 19,300 jobs in September. That was the second best in the entire country, and we led the Midwest by far. This is what the Illinois comeback is about. This is a signal about where we can go and what our future looks like. And just as much, it's a signal to the folks that have a lot of cynicism and are talking down the economy, that don't believe in the comeback, that don't believe in the people and the workers of the state, that don't believe in the companies that have worked so hard to put us in this position, that they're on the wrong side of the facts, because the facts are Cronus. Companies want to be here because of our infrastructure, our low cost of utilities, and above all else because of our people, the people standing behind us right here. This uniquely skilled workforce that we depend on. And in order to get a project like this done, you have to have someone with vision and leadership. Someone who gets that and who believes in the comeback. Someone who can stand personally and say, pitching to Cronus and any company, I believe in Illinois and I believe in these people. You should be here. So I have the great pleasure of introducing someone who gets that, who stood shoulder to shoulder with Cronus, who said, we need you in Illinois, we want you here. Someone who understands you got to mobilize all of the resources of the state, whether it's DCEO, IEPA, Department of Ag, IDOT, to make sure that this project comes here. Someone who understands you got to invest to grow. You got to invest in your infrastructure and above all else in your people, in education and workforce. Someone who believes in Illinois, believes in the people, someone who's brought thousands of jobs to this state. Please join me in welcoming the governor of our great state of Illinois, Governor Pat Quinn.
All right, thank you, Adam. Thank you, Adam. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for being here. We're glad to be in Tuscola and Douglas County in the state of Illinois, and this is a great day for jobs in our state of Illinois. Lots and lots of jobs. And this past week, we announced on Monday, Coyote Logistics, a great transportation company, 500 new jobs for Illinois. Yesterday, Amazon, the largest online retailer in the whole world, announced 1,000 jobs for Illinois. And today, in Tuscola, in downstate Illinois, in the biggest investment in downstate Illinois in a quarter of a century, we're announcing 2,000 construction jobs to build a $1.4 billion fertilizer plant that's going to transform our agriculture. It is so important that everybody who's breathing has a chance to work. That's what we believe in Illinois, and that's what this investment is all about. $1.4 billion is bigger than any investment we've seen in a quarter century, and it's not only going to create 2,000 construction jobs over the next 33 months, almost 3 years, but also have permanent jobs, good jobs that you can support a family on, to run a fertilizer plant that's going to help our farmers all across Illinois and all across the heartland. Right now, much of our fertilizer is imported from foreign countries. We're going to be able to build it and make that fertilizer right here in Illinois and help our market, our farmers, make sure that they get the access to fertilizer they need to help feed the world. Our state is an agricultural state. Agribusiness and agriculture are the biggest part of our economy. And having a fertilizer plant like this one, and we're very, very grateful to all of those who worked on this mission. And it was a mission. We've been working on it for months and months. People in government, in local government, in state government, in the legislature. And I definitely want to thank our working people, our men and women in labor who were always there for us when we needed them to make sure we put this very complex investment together. We're grateful for hundreds of millions of dollars of investment that put hardworking people who have great skill. That's one thing that we always have to remember in Illinois. Our workers have skill, they have education, they can do the most complex jobs on time, on budget, and do it the right way. And that's why we got picked. There were 9 states competing for this plant, 76 different locations. But we're right here in Illinois, in Tuscola. We are the winners of this great investment. Nobody should put down Illinois. The people of Illinois, good and true, are hard-working people with a great work ethic who know how to work with our companies to make sure we have good jobs you can support a family on. I think it is very, very important that we have here in Tuscola the access to I-57, the access to the rail lines that are so important that bring things from very far away to us, the access to natural gas pipelines that are so important with the natural gas revolution going on right now in our country, and then add to it our education and our workers and our willingness to work with our employers and put together very important investments. That's really why we're here today. And a lot of people put their heart and soul into this, and I'm very grateful to everyone who is here with us today who had played a part in making this day possible. There are going to be so many people who have a job, and the best social program ever devised is a job. The best way to fight poverty is a job. The best way to fight crime is a job. The best way to keep families together is a job. And the best way to have a middle class in Illinois and America is a job. That's why we're here today. We understand that jobs are number one in our state at all times. And we've worked very hard to make Illinois the best job-creating place in the Midwest, the best place you can go if you want to get hardworking men and women coming together. And someone who I think I sat down with and who saw that firsthand, who understood how important it is to work as a team, and who is the investor in this mighty fertilizer plant of $1.4 billion, is with us today. Erzen Atack, please come forward, Agent. You're our friend. Cronus Fertilizer, you can't go wrong. Okay, good to see you.
Thank you very much. Great to
Very
see
fine,
you.
Erzen.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, Governor Quinn. My name is Erzen Atack. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of Cronus Fertilizers. Cronus is very excited to announce today that after an exhaustive site selection process that took us to 9 states and 76 different properties, we have chosen Tuscola, Illinois for the $1.4 billion Cronus Fertilizer plant. This state-of-the-art project will employ more than 2,000 people at the height of construction and up to 200 permanent employees, plus dozens of contractors, mostly here and at our new headquarters in Chicago. It took a great many people to bring this announcement together for Illinois, so please indulge me, but many of those people are here today and I would like to thank them. First and foremost, of course, Governor Quinn. Thank you.
Very good, Ersin.
Thank you. DCO Director, Adam Pollitt. Adam, thank you very much. Yeah. EPA Director Bonnet and all their staff, they have been great to work with. I appreciate their leadership in securing the state support that we needed, and I particularly want to thank Speaker Madigan, President Collerton, of course, Senators Chapin Rose and Mike Freerichs, and Representative Adam Brown. Locally, Mayor Dan Kleiss, Brian Moody of Tuscola Economic Development. Brian, you were just great. Rick Manor and the board of the Champaign-Urbana Sanitary District, Chuck Knox and Jim Crane from Douglas County, and Superintendent Michael Smith were all great. Also, Mike Carrigan and all our friends in organized labor who helped put together our project labor agreement. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Good job.
Yeah. I also would like to thank CSX, which designated our site as CSX Select Site, which helped us very much.
Very much.
Like most of the members of our management team, I have been a part of the fertilizer industry for more than 30 years. We are very pleased to be able to bring our project to your community, to our community, and look forward to becoming good neighbors and great corporate citizens. Thank you very much.
Well said. You're a good friend.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, you're always welcome. Well, I want to thank Ersin. We had a chance to visit in my office a couple times and on the phone as well, and he had a lot of choices, and he picked us, and we are very grateful. And he just mentioned a great leader, someone who knows how to put people together, work hard, get a job done, a job that will put a lot of people to work. And that's our head of our AFL-CIO in Illinois, Mike Kerrigan. Come on forward, Mike. All right, buddy. Thank you very much, Mike.
Well, good morning, everyone.
Morning.
You know, it's nice to look out over this crowd and see a lot of smiling faces. I think we're all very, very happy today about this announcement, and it is indeed a momentous occasion that we're all assembled here today. You know, I think my role is just to thank all the partners with Cronus for believing in Illinois, believing in Tuscola, and in believing in organized labor to bring this project forward and make it happen. You know, this has been a long time in coming. As the earlier speakers have announced, there's been tremendous moving parts, tremendous challenges, but everybody doubled down and have brought this project together. And they all deserve a well-deserved thank you for making this happen. You know, the governor saw this as an opportunity. As you've heard, we've competed with many other states. He's put some of his best people on this project, including Director Pollock with DECO. And, you know, your staff, Governor, have worked tirelessly to make this happen, and we're all very, very, very appreciative. You know, the governor's, I've been with the governor many times at several events, and it's not unusual that he brings up, what do we need? Well, we need J-O-B. We need jobs. And this is about jobs today. It's already been said, 2,000 construction jobs, which will have an immediate impact on the economy in Tuscola and the surrounding area. Construction workers will be coming to this site. Lots of different types of materials and products will be brought into play. And, you know, this will create economic development. These construction workers will get paychecks on Friday. They'll be taking them back to their banks. And then they're already consumers, but they'll become more, they'll be consuming more, buying things for their families, and helping the Illinois economy especially in central Illinois. You know, I need to thank 3 people within organized labor who have been on countless conference calls, have done a tremendous amount of work between those calls, and have helped to put this together. You know, and this group has been primarily the negotiators for organized labor, the buildings and trades. They helped affect the project labor agreement. Dave Stryker, representing Cronus, has been in almost all of these conference calls, and it's been done very professionally, and we've met the challenges and worked through the issues. I can't thank Jason McKinley enough, the president of the Boilermakers, Local 363, and president of the Lincoln Land Buildings and Trades. Jason has just done a yeoman's task to make this happen. Matt Langendorfer, business manager of Plumbers Local 149. Many of you know Matt is Matt the welder, and he's the president of the East Central Buildings and Trades Council. Matt has been with this project since the beginning. He came to Springfield. We sat down, we talked about this as an opportunity, and he and I have been in countless meetings over in the Capitol. Then there's Shad Etchinson, business manager of the IBW 146 and president of the Buildings and Trades Council in Decatur. I'm naming 3 buildings and trades councils that are around central Illinois, and behind me stands a fine example of buildings and trades construction workers. These are all highly trained individuals through their apprenticeships and continuing education, and I can say resolutely that they're here to make sure this project is done on time and within budget. Thank you very much.
Good job, Mike. Well done. Thank you, Mike. Well said, Mike. Erzin, I really appreciate your commitment to work with Mike and all of our men and women to build this plant and get it done the right way. Mayor, we want to thank you for your great team here in Tuscola. I want to thank Brian in particular for your leadership in getting it happen. We want to thank our legislators at the state level, Mike Frerichs, Senator Mike Frerichs. Thank you very much, Mike, for your leadership. Thank you. And also Senator Chapin Rose worked on the project along with Representative Adam Brown. Thank you, Adam and Chapin. And we can't forget Arcola. Arcola's not far from Tuscola. And I'm saying to Super 8s in both places. I know where each town is. And Larry Ferguson, thank you for coming from Arcola. We're very grateful to Lynn Carner, who is here from the Pipe Trades Executive Director. Thanks, Lynn, for being here. It was mentioned by Mike Kerrigan about Jason McKinley, president of Lincoln Land Building and Trades. And his nickname is Matt the Welder. Matt Langendorfer, thank you for your leadership. I remember getting call after call from you about how important this project is to our working people all across central Illinois and across downstate Illinois. All of our Douglas County elected officials, and definitely all of our men and women in labor who are with us here today. Boilermakers 363, Cement Makers 143, UA 137, UA 149, UA 157, Bricklayers 8, Carpenters 243, IBW 146, IBW 193, IBW 601, Glaziers 1168, Insulators 18, Ironworkers 380, Laborers 703, Laborers 159, Millwrights 1051, Operating Engineers 841, Painters 58, Roofers 79, Sheet Metal 218, and Teamsters 26. That's a lot of working people that are going to get jobs out of this. These are things that really count in life. The things that really, when we come together as a family in Illinois to make sure that families have jobs. That's really what this project is all about. Hundreds of millions of dollars, $1.4 billion, invested in a downstate county named Douglas County, where people from all over this region are going to be able to come and work and have a company that produces fertilizer for our agriculture, our number one industry in Illinois. Why do we want to import fertilizer from a foreign nation if we can build it right here in Illinois? So that's what it's about, Erzin. Okay, any questions? Now's the time. Hope I made myself clear, okay? All right. All right, any questions y'all have right here?
Yes, as we know, several jobs are going to be coming to the area, but there's a price tag of $52 million. Talk about that.
Well, our state is investing $52 million. There was a bipartisan bill that I signed into law allocating this area to be essentially an enterprise zone, which would give about a $35 million incentive to build. Our State Department of Transportation is investing about $12 million to help build some roadway in order to make this more accessible. And there are some rather modest tax breaks in terms of what's called EDGE, about $3 million. There's a job training grant of a little less than $1 million. So when you really total it up, $52 million is a lot of money, but so is $1.4 billion. If you invest the money in incentives and have the dividend of a $1.4 billion construction activity over 3 years, and then also the permanent jobs that are created, and also the fact that this plant is going to produce fertilizer at reasonable costs to help our farmers become even more productive, to help feed the world, I think that's a pretty darn good investment for the people of Illinois. That's where we're coming from. Okay, anyone else have any thoughts or questions? This is a good day for our state of Illinois. We're really, really proud of everybody who worked together as a team. When the team works together, the dream works. Thank you very much.